Aloha guys, it's Joe Tunney and I'm visiting my friends here at Fletcher Jones Big Island Honda here in Kona on the Big Island of Hawaii. And I don't know if you had a chance to see one of my other videos to talk about how I came across Fletcher Jones Honda. They actually service not only Honda but Mercedes-Benz vehicles as well. And I'd called a Mercedes-Benz facility here in Hawaii and waited 2 weeks and never got my call back just to get an oil change. So I called Big Island Honda, and not only could they get my car in to get the oil change, but they could get it in the very next morning at 10 o'clock in the morning. I asked the service writer, what if my car needs something more than just an oil change? He tells me that they'll coordinate with a technician in Oahu who will fly here to take care of my car if it needs it. And so that's the Fletcher Jones experience. It's completely on a different order of magnitude than any other dealership I've ever come across in my entire life. And I'm very thrilled and very honored to be able to do a review for the 2017 Honda Civic Hatchback, which I think is going to be one of the most exciting cars on the market for the 2017 model year. So first, I'm going to pop the hood. We're going to take a look at Honda's new 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Now, one of the many things that Honda is absolutely obsessive about is weight, especially in the engine. So the all-new 1.5 liter 4-cylinder engine is made of aluminum, like virtually all Honda engines have been for many years. Aluminum block and aluminum heads, and it is 1.5 liters. Now, 1.5 liters or 2 liters or whatever the number is doesn't actually tell you how big the engine is. How you determine how big an engine is the width or the diameter of the cylinder. They call that the bore, multiplied by just how far the piston goes down in the cylinder. So if you can imagine the piston all the way at the bottom and you poured in some water into that cylinder times all 4 cylinders, you'd need 1.5 liters of water to fill the cylinders in. Why that's important is most engines are pretty big overall. It's just the way that they measure them would lead you to think that they're actually small. Honda engines are extraordinarily small, which could be a bad thing, especially on an engine made out of aluminum. You have to worry about the reliability. Well, of course, you don't have to worry about Honda's reliability. They're the single most reliable engines, especially among small engines in the entire world, and they've been that way for decades. It's probably the thing that Honda obsesses about more than any other company in the world. Very light, very powerful, and they are definitely the standard bearer when it comes to reliability. Now, in all of the Honda Civic hatchbacks, you're going to enjoy 174 horsepower, unless you jump up to either the Sport or the Sport Touring model, which achieve 180 horsepower. So a little bit more horsepower in the Sport models. Also, you can get a 6-speed. 6-speeds come in LX or in the basic Sport, but not the Sport Touring. The reason that's significant is 6-speeds have a little bit more torque. So a 6-speed LX hatchback is going to go from 164 foot-pounds of torque, or excuse me, 162 foot-pounds of torque in all the automatic or CVT models, and that jumps up to 167. You get that same 6-speed in a Sport model, and it has 177 foot-pounds of torque. So it's actually a very, very quick car, 0 to 60 in mid-6 seconds. Amazing performance, amazing brakes, amazing fuel economy. It's an amazing car. Let's take a look inside. Now, it's been a while since Honda has had a hatchback. The last hatchback that they had was the 2002 to 2005 Honda Civic Si. Surprisingly for a lot of folks, myself included, the 2002 to 2005 Honda Civic Si was actually assembled not in the United States or Japan, but in England. Now we fast forward to 2017, the new 2017 hatchback is also assembled in Swindon, England, and then exported back to the United States or around the world. Why is that? Well, the Honda Civic Hatchback is not really designed for Honda Civic loyalists the way the coupe and sedan are. The Honda Civic Hatchback is designed for European loyalists, and it has a feel much more like an Audi A3. And so you think, well, this is just a hatchback version of the coupe and the sedan. It is not a hatchback version of the coupe and sedan. It's a different version. Same 106.3-inch wheelbase. That's why I have lots of room here in the front, and you'll take a look at the room in the back as well. But the steering is heavier. You got a European feel. The structure is reinforced to accommodate the hatchback, and then the calibration of the suspension, again, very European, a la Audi A3, not like other Japanese cars. Very, very nice out on the open road. This is an EX-L model, so it has leather seats that are heated leather seats. This has navigation with a 7-inch monitor. It's very, very nice, very simply laid out. Honda tries to make things very easy on the eyes on the interior and very easy to access. No different here. Now, I'm 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. I've got the seat in a very far back position in the front where I can be comfortable. So it goes without saying that it's not going to be very spacious in the back. So let me jump into the back seat and just find out how small it is, or how small it isn't. It's huge in the back seat. Look at all this leg room. I could practically lay down back here. In a hatchback, are you kidding me? In a compact 4-cylinder car, it's gigantic in the back seat. How about the extra 3 inches of headroom? In a hatchback, normally they're cutting you off at the neck in the back. No, they're not. Even if you're using this with coworkers, if you have big kids, 6 feet, 180 pounds, I could be 6'3" and 225, and I'd be all kinds of comfortable back here. It's really nice. It also has theater seating. You've heard me say that a bunch of times. I love when the back seat is higher than the front seat because I'm not staring at the headrest directly in front of me. Instead, I'm looking right out the front windshield. Taking a look in back, well, this is another area that you're going to absolutely love. So 26 cubic foot of trunk space. Let's put that into comparison. One of the premier mid-size luxury sedans that there is in the world is the E-Class Mercedes. The E-Class Mercedes, we know who it's designed for. Retirees who like to golf, they need a lot of trunk space for their golf clubs and so on and so forth. It has a 13.1 cubic foot trunk. This is exactly double that. It is unbelievably spacious in the back. Fold down the rear seats and we're talking 50 cubic foot plus of storage space using the center area in the front as well. And so if you use shoe boxes as a point of reference, 4 shoe boxes in a cube, that's about 1 cubic foot. You could put 200 of those shoe boxes in the back of this otherwise compact sedan. It absolutely blows the competition out of the water. Taking a look around the side, well, we love the lane watch feature, and so the camera here on the side, so when we turn the turn signal to the right, we actually see what's going on in that neighboring lane, as well as a rear view camera, multi-angle rear view camera at that. And so unbelievable performance, unbelievable braking as well. My favorite sedan in the entire world is the P85 Tesla. That's the performance edition of the Tesla Model S. That goes from 60 to 0 in 118 feet. That's quick. The Civic, 117 feet. It's unbelievably safe, unbelievably powerful, unbelievably good looking. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to my friends at Fletcher Jones Big Island Honda. If you have any questions of me, again, my name's Joe Tunney. You can reach me at joeloveshawaii@gmail.com.